Greetings and salutations. I hope everyone's having themselves a mighty fine day. So I had a stream yesterday where I actually wanted to upload today, where I kind of spoke about my thoughts on the recent chapters and some things I was excited about moving forward. But very bodega stream. There was a lot of technical difficulties. I don't feel good uploading that, and there is a lot of other content I want to get to editing because I wanted to have this day to edit. So I'm just gonna talk today. I hope that's okay. So let's talk about the recent chapters and my thoughts on it. Y'all talking time just tick away. You ain't clocking hours on the day. All that watch is stopping what you claim. Dollar crosses Rio got me name. Hoping God just get me out this game. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell down so the goals to the 13-month series does not get you, and you can stay notified. Check my description for various links, like the links to my Discord, and follow me at Young Paperwork on Twitter. Comment and share, and definitely follow me on Twitch. And now, back to the video. So all things considered, this fight is kind of going in the manner that I expected, where I expected Baam to kind of awaken and then dominate in a sense. Now, did I think that he was gonna be like that like influencer guy who just he does this where someone does, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's like somebody with something really extra, like, ooh, how to get water out of a watermelon, and they'll do something extra, then like he'll just like drink water normally and do this. Like Bam is just in the air like that on his Gustang. A bug is a bug gimmick above white, and I think part of this is just to showcase that like Bam is so much stronger than him. It's kind of to showcase the gap between maybe an irregular and somebody who even again amassed a lot of power through a spell, whatever the case is. However, I do find that it's not very engaging. I really do think Bam just throwing projectiles while White is defending for his life. Mink, bink, bink. White go crazy trying to defend himself from those attacks. And Bam just doing like, I'm sorry, it's not the most entertaining back and forth, and I'm not entirely sure what has happened to SIU since returning from break. But there's a lot of panels in his combat scenes and action sequences that I find extremely hard to follow in terms of a flow sense. The panels themselves are very well done and clean, but it's like a lot of spectacle over substance, where I find that a lot of the flash and the filters and overlays and all the things that he's using, or him and the staff are using to kind of make things just look a lot prettier and more extra, it's not really resonating. It's actually making it sometimes hard to discern what's really happening. So I'm not entirely entertained by the literal choreography of this fight, which I actually think he's pretty good at, all things considered. I think a lot of action-based webtoons have really good fights and choreography. I think Tower of God built itself to that level. Maybe earlier it wasn't that great, but I think by the time we got to Rack versus Anak, great stuff. I still think JVG versus Kaiser, when he was like bobbing and weaving through her weapon inventory on the blue ore, that was really good. Data Jihad versus Bam, also really good. All things considered, I think White versus Calivan's little scuffle was very entertaining in itself too. Seeing White cut through the essence of bravery energy, that was dope. So I'm not sure what's happening recently, but it's been kind of hard to follow a lot of these panels. So hopefully he fixes that. Shinsu Rain seems to be like a corrosive, eroding type of ability. I was kind of confused originally what the literal effect of the rain was supposed to be, but I like it. It's cool. No complaints here on that front. And I'm trying to recall this. Oh yes, we had the Essential stuff, and the Essential stuff to me is the most exciting thing that's happened in a long time, because we're getting to see another floor from the data. Sorry, another character from the hidden floor, like not just their data, we're seeing their like original version, with Essential being here and Macheni probably being the one who brought them there, because I'll argue in the data floor, couldn't have done aside, she kind of was like the second in command, plus she's a Princess of Jihad. Not that Essential isn't important within the Kuna family. I know he has his own faction. I kind of see him maybe as similar to like maybe a branch family leader in a Lopobia family. Not entirely sure how it works, but I really want to see his spearman skills, his spear bearer skills when I get the chance to. But this makes me wonder if Acardi is here as well. And then one of the reasons why I really would love to see Acardi, and I hope Acardi just never sees Bam for any reason if he is here, is I don't know about you guys, but I've been very intrigued by the concept of spells in the tower, like magic, but spells specifically, right? Spell casting and whatnot. The Cardi with his little gibberish language on the floor of death. On the hidden floor, he was using these spells that I thought were really cool. if Bam's around, he kind of nullifies that. So hopefully he's here. I can see what a Haigh-Ranker spells can at least do with the tower. I think that would be dope. And to me, with heavy hitters like that being there, it seems like Michelle is obviously preparing to make a move or prepare for a move that's going to be made. So she's bringing some heavy hitters with her. Not entirely sure yet, so that remains to be seen. But I'm very intrigued by that. Liboric versus Caliban is something I'm still very excited to see. Obviously on Team Caliban side, we're going to have a Shinsu clash, and we're going to talk about Liboric versus Caliban, so I won't go into any great detail here, but I'm with Hunted Bands. I'm not doing the mistake I made with Yama and the Ass Ratchet. I'm giving Liboric all the respect he deserves. I'm just siding with Hunted Bands Caliban. And yeah, I actually think that, okay, yes, I want to talk about the sword thing a little bit. I almost forgot about that. I mostly want you guys to tell me what your thoughts on this, because I think it's an important detail, because a lot of people have been saying that they don't believe White's going all out. I think that's a little disingenuous. He's obviously trying his hardest, or very, very hard, like 98% effort. But he did state against Caliban that Kullian or Kullian, I can't remember exactly what the spelling was for that, was the strongest sword he could make. Was that just attack potency? What does strongest mean to you, right? Strongest, power and strength to a lot of people could come in many ways. Is it military might? Is it monetary might? Like, like the social economical status. Like, there's a lot of ways you can look at it. Obviously, he's not talking about having money and stuff. I'm just saying, like, I really think this sword is comparable, if not stronger. He did say it takes a lot of energy, so I don't use it very often, which I think is significant, because obviously White is a person who has like a mana MP problem, if you will. He's got to constantly burn souls to keep his attack power high and whatnot. On top of the fact that he's had considerable honor and kind of sliced through Baam pretty easily. And the stuff that he's been doing now with this blade are unlike anything I've ever seen him do in any other fight. So... And he does admit that Baam is stronger than him, which means he understands he's fighting up a weight class, so he has to put in the effort. The attack that he was able to do with the demon that kind of pierced through, that actually went to Baam and Baam had to block it, that was pretty cool, all things considered. The stance, the posture or stance of silence or serenity, I can't remember what it was called, really dope. He's got some really cool panels here. I just think that this is a little bit of a disrespectful way to send him off, and bear with me when I say this. Okay, no, let me rephrase that. I think there's a missed opportunity here. I don't think there's enough discourse going on between Baam and White. Since the whole Quinn thing, they've been kind of building up a little bit of a rivalry, and I think that like Baam just doing this and White fighting for his life is not that engaging. I would have hoped to have a little bit more banter. That's why I did like when White came in and Baam started to speak. So I'm like, okay, he's not in a trance. That's good. It's not reminiscent of the Angel and Yoa thing, where I thought that they should have had a discourse while fighting, talking about the atrocities that even the Yeon family members have done in the middle area when the men come there and do what they do, right? So we're going to keep it PG, but I'm just saying, like, I really would have liked them to have a conversation about it. So this is a lot nicer in the sense that at least Baam is not in this like trance-like state where he doesn't know what's going on. So I do like that White had a little bit to say, but I really wish there was a bit more of a back and forth, because I don't know, man. This is a rivalry that's kind of been built up for a while, but all things considered, I'm not entirely sure what the total... Actually, no, sorry. I meant to say that I think now what the point of this battle is to somewhat power up Baam even more. He's going to use White as a stepping stone that will add to his notoriety and add to his recognition and influence, so to speak. But also, I guess he is actually burning the souls that he has in him, and maybe through sucking up the demon or whatever spell gives White the ability to do that, that will supplement the millions and billions of souls that he had in him as a result. So maybe that was actually a temporary power like some people have suggested, but now he's going to replace it with something else. So that remains all to be seen. But all things considered, that's really all I have to say about these recent chapters for the time being. Stay tuned for the Shinsu Clash video. Should be out within the next 2 days. And yeah, have yourself some mighty fine day. Please like and subscribe. Hit the bell down. I don't have the bell with me, do I? Hit the bell down to the Ghost of 13-month series. Does not get you. And have yourself some mighty fine day. I'm going to be out. Yeah.
In my drugs, pour it in my cup, sitting in my darkness with my ghouls, we pouring up. I don't really give a fuck, I don't really have a say. You tell me that I suck, I tell you get up out my face. You got tears in your eyes, looking like a fool.